Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Life, Liberty, Happiness. I had to look at my notes for that. Why? Anyway, your... What?
That's what I was going to say. I was make sure you didn't forget what the next thing you're going to say.
Who are you?
Your host, the wonderful Brian Sly.
Oh, the wonderful. You hear that, DW?
Every week I'm going to add something special.
No, I think Brian's a wonderful guy.
He really is.
I'm still going back to the well-rounded. That works.
Yeah.
It's accurate.
Humpty Dumpty.
Anyway, we have in the studio, as usual, Woody.
Hello, hello.
And
not so wonderful, DW.
from the comforts of his studio, the chair.
The chair. Put me in the timeout corner again.
That's D.W. Lawhorn. So, last week was a good episode.
It was.
Yeah.
Hopefully we had a lot of listeners.
I know of one listener we had. I went to the dentist last week. Get some dental work, and when I was getting my second shot for the work, you know how sometimes that second one feels like it's hitting your jawbone? So I'm raising up by the chair a little bit, gripping on, and he's like, "You feel that?" And I'm like, "Arr." And he's like, "Well, just bear with me like I did in your line at the parade."
Well.
Yeah.
Oh, well. What are you going to say?
Ouch.
You're kind of under his care.
I'm glad he came.
So, yes. Well, good for you.
Yes.
So we had a lot of people have commented about the show. We still need to get more people sending emails, things like that.
Yeah, asking questions.
Yeah, we need more. Obviously, we like to grow our viewership or listenership, whatever you want to call it.
It will be viewership.
But at the same time, I want people to interact. I'm not discouraging people from. I mean, we need it. We need the feedback. Yeah. So, I've added a little something special into this.
Oh, okay.
So near the end of the show, you will have a chance to win $50 cash.
Oh my God! Who doesn't want money?
That's right. Especially just before Christmas.
That's right. That's right.
So we'll have a trivia question, and I bet we start to get a little bit of feedback after that.
Mm-hmm. That'll do it. Money will do it.
Yeah.
Is that like payola?
No.
Okay. I'm just asking the question.
So coming up on this episode, you'll have Dianne Erb. She'll be with us later on. And we have a special call-in.
Oh, our first.
We are high-tech, yeah.
Look at this.
We'll be talking to Susan Kirby, who is with the Bedford County School Board.
Oh, that's going to be a good one.
Well, how come you'll talk to her, but the last two podcasts we've had somebody call in, you swiped them and didn't answer?
Okay, that's someone that you're discussing is Councilman Black. And I have warned him that if he continues to call when we're taping the show, I will put him on air.
Live, unedited, too.
So that's right.
Awesome.
So if he calls in today, he's getting put on air.
I'm going to text him now.
Brian wants you to call him.
Now, do we have to tell him? Was that a legal thing? It's our podcast.
Yeah,
we can do what we want.
That's right.
So anyway, we'll be contacting Susan in just a minute. But we're going to ask, you and I have talked about the live stream sports that we want to do. So we'll get into that a little bit. But we just kind of want to give her an opportunity to give people updates on the school board, things like that.
Because it can be a little confusing. I mean, with all the changes, votes, rules, guidelines, zones, everything. Like,
yeah,
how do you decipher it?
I watched the school board meeting the other night.
Yeah.
And, I thought it went fairly well. I thought the chair, Martin Leamy. I almost said Kevin because I'm used to his brother with the county. But, I thought he did a good job kind of controlling the meeting and having everybody get their say-so in. I thought there was good points all the way around. And at the end of the day, you're not going to make everybody happy.
No.
So, and I'm sure she's very well aware of that. But, I think, she's done everything. So we're going to call her.
We're going to call her. She's going to answer all of our questions.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
Hello, Susan. You are on the air.
Well, how are you?
I'm doing well. It's good to talk to you.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me.
So basically what I wanted to do is just get some information out, make sure everything's accurate so the people who are listening will, basically know What if they didn't have a chance to watch the other night, just kind of get a little update on where things are sitting with the school board right now.
Okay.
All right. So, can you give us kind of a brief summary of the current effects of COVID on our school system?
Well, there have been many changes this year, unfortunately, as a reaction to COVID. Um, the most predominant is the way our school days are tiered.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you have the option of parents have the option to send their students to school in person, which we're fortunate to be able to work out a good plan. Or you also have the option of going through Bedford Connects, which is all virtual learning.
Okay.
So that's been a big adjustment. And then the kids that are choosing in-person learning, their days are nothing like what they have been in the past. They're shortened days. They're going at staggered start times.
Mm-hmm.
So you have your elementary school starting earlier. Then your middle school starting an hour after that, and then your high school starting an hour after that, and then dismissal times.
Gotcha.
Transportation, of course, has been a big key. A bus that can normally carry 50 to 60 students can only carry 10 at a time.
Mm.
So that's why we've had to stagger the start times and end times so we can provide the transportation. And our elementary schools are just housing K through 3. Our middle schools are housing 4th through 6th, and then our high schools are housing 7th through 12th.
Wow.
Now, and our class sizes are smaller. They average about 12 students per classroom. And of course, we're socially distancing within the classrooms.
Right.
They are not allowed to change classes.
Wow.
The teachers change the classes to come to them.
Oh, okay.
They don't go to the cafeteria to eat. They go pick up their meals and bring them back to the classroom, and they have to stay in their desk and they have to eat. And then 7th through 12th grade are doing a hybrid model, which they're doing part virtual and part in person. They go to school 2 days a week, and then they do virtual 3 days a week. So Monday and Tuesday, Thursday and Friday are the days they go to school. Wednesday is used for remediation day. So if you have an A day 1 week, then your remediation day is a Wednesday 1 week. Then the next week, the Wednesday will be the B days. So you do have a chance to go in and meet more with your teacher.
Right.
Because their learning model is, of course, we don't want kids intermingling in the hallway.
Right.
So they have a learning coach.
Gotcha.
Instead of they have your learning coach, and then you can have appointments with your teachers and go meet with your teachers. But they're staying in one classroom with that one learning coach, and they're still working through Bedford or through Canvas, the statewide program that's teaching our kids this year.
So would you say that the way this has worked since you've started the school year, you're just about out of this semester? Has it seemed to, obviously it's not normal for anybody, but has it at least gotten to the point now where you seem like this model may be working?
There are going to be loopholes with everyone, and my opinion of it working may vary to someone else's opinion of it working.
Sure.
However, the studies I've seen, and from people I have talked to, no, it's not working.
Gotcha.
We are getting our kids in school, which is what they need. The ones that are there in person are doing better than the ones that are hybrid or the ones that are virtual. But statewide, any study that you look at statewide, our grades are a lot lower than they have been in the past.
Yeah.
And from what I'm seeing too, it's a lot harder for them to retain the information that they're getting.
Has there been a lot of changes from the start of this semester? Like, have you had to make changes on the go, to the model, or has it been pretty consistent?
The actual learning model has been consistent. We've stayed with that. We haven't had to make any changes. Of course, teachers can vary how they need to make it work for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that we've had to change, we had this was a big discussion as far as what we would mandate as far as masks and face coverings to return to school. And what we said as a board was that if they were socially distant, if they were working in their desk on their own, they would not have to wear their face covering. Unfortunately, Governor Northam trumped us. And as long as the kids are in school, they have to have their masks. Wow. So that mandate has changed. Now, I know that some parents are upset because at the end of the semester, we offered the chance, or earlier, we offered the chance to change from your hybrid or your in-person model to go all virtual, or vice versa. If you're virtual and you want to come in person, you had that option to change. Governor Northam's mandate came a week after that deadline to change. So what we have done as a board is we are going to open it up beginning tomorrow, actually, and until 5 o'clock on Thursday. We're giving parents 2 more days to make a change if they want.
Okay.
So if they want to, if they are in person and want to go all virtual, especially with the numbers rising, they have 2 days to do that. We've given them 2 additional days.
Okay. So,
or vice versa.
Do you see this model continuing, obviously, in the second semester?
It will.
Okay.
It will continue, providing that we can stay open. I know Lynchburg City Schools made the announcement today that they're going to go all virtual.
Wow.
And the Virginia Education Association has recommended that all schools go all virtual in the state. But the Virginia Education Association is just an advisory board. It is not a mandated board.
Gotcha.
So we can follow their suggestions or not. If the Department of Education says we have to, then we can. We're ready to go all virtual if we need to. Or, of course, if Governor Northam steps in and says schools have to close again, we're ready to go all virtual.
All right. Well, I guess one of the questions that I had was, would going home for Christmas break and then coming back in the next semester, do you see that posing an issue? But I mean, what do you think of that? I mean, does that, because you're going to be around different people most likely for the holidays, and do you think that could become an issue in the next semester when you first start back up?
Definitely when we first start back up, and we're going to see it. I'm afraid we're going to see it statewide because it's not just it's a whole community problem. Because I think now we're seeing the rises from the Thanksgiving holiday.
Sure.
Because if you look at our website today, there were 12 positive cases reported today alone,
right, across
the county, and unfortunately, I think we're going to see a rise within a couple of weeks of coming back. That's why a lot of things are postponed till about 2 weeks till after we come back.
Okay.
But also too, on the flip side, we have 2 weeks of empty buildings.
Yeah.
And we have time for germs to die down.
Sure.
We have time for extra cleaning. So, it's going to be a flip, and I believe there will be a rise, and I believe it will be brought in from the outside.
Sure. Well, I guess the last question I have for you, and it's probably the elephant in the room that a lot of people are wanting to know about sports. Can you give me an update? I saw, I watched the other night. Like I said, I was very impressed with how everything was handled. Thought everybody had an opportunity to make their case, and I thought you guys did a really good job. Can you give us an update on where sports are currently, where you kind of see maybe it moving in the future? And one of the things I did read was that the VHSL has rescinded the mask.
The VHSL, today they rescinded their mask mandate for players wearing masks, which, that was a double-edged sword anyway.
Sure.
Because of the studies that you hear about breathing the carbon monoxide or dioxide from wearing your mask, and when you're an athlete, of course, you're breathing heavier. So,
yeah,
that was a double-edged sword anyway. But yeah, where we're standing right now is that if we are in the red, which is put out by the Virginia Department of Health, if you actually go to their website, and they have a school metrics for coronavirus with a map on there to show you where every zone is, and unfortunately, that encompasses all the Seminole District and all the Blue Ridge District.
Right.
But where we're standing now is if we are in the red, or if the competition is in the red, then we will not play. We will not compete.
So that was pretty much, from what I saw, what you voted on the other night was pretty much that we could return basically to play sports as long as we're out of the red. Was there any other restrictions that I saw? Or was that
there were other restrictions. The majority of the board did not feel comfortable with just saying playing in the orange and wanted some extra precautions in there. So we will be using our hydrostatic sprayers a whole lot more than what we would have normally, just for regular competition.
Gotcha.
To spray the disinfectant. And when it was read to us that, and I don't see this, I don't view it as this is a VHSL viewing, so I'm providing my disclaimer here. But the VHSL views cheerleaders as spectators.
I saw that, and I thought, I'm not even mentioning that to my wife because I'm not sleeping in the other room. But
yeah,
I saw that too, and I actually could not believe what I saw. But
right.
But
right.
I mean,
the VHSL has defined the cheerleaders as a spectator, and so according to what we compromised on that night was the additional hydrostatic spraying, and the cheerleaders will not participate if we are in the orange.
I got you.
Cheerleaders will participate on the green and yellow. However, I am going to say this because it just became public knowledge a little while ago.
Hey, this is breaking. Are you saying this is breaking news on my podcast?
Breaking news. Breaking news on your podcast.
This is wonderful.
Yeah. We will be having a special called meeting on Thursday, December 17th at 6:00.
Okay.
It will not be open, but it will be broadcasted on our YouTube site.
Okay.
And we're going to readdress this.
Okay. All right.
We're hearing everyone.
That's wonderful.
We know that sports want to be played. I'm a former athlete myself.
Yep.
I totally get it.
Yep.
And I'm living in a house where I'm raising two athletes. I have, my daughter is super excited and can't wait for volleyball season. And her Christmas list included everything volleyball related that is out there and is possible. And she's counting down the days till February till she starts conditioning.
Right.
But my son won't touch an athletic field. He will not get on a soccer field. He barely wants to get on a tennis court where it's isolated. Right. Because of his COVID concerns.
Sure, I understand.
So, that is a decision that we are making as a family.
That's
and
right.
And I don't want to feel like I'm imposing.
Sure.
I believe it's everybody's personal decision. And then when I actually read, I don't know if you read the editorial in the Lynchburg paper, that the potential for the Seminole District to follow our suit.
Mm-hmm.
They mentioned our meeting and our mandates and are considering following suit. And for us to be responsible for the entire Seminole District.
Right.
To be responsible for Bedford County rules is one thing. To be responsible for Seminole District rules is something else.
Yeah. Well, Susan, I appreciate it. Thank you for giving us a few minutes to update and keep the public informed. Hopefully, we'd like to talk to you again in the future, if that's okay.
Well, feel free. I appreciate you calling me.
All right,
thank you. Thinking of me.
Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Man, our first phone call and we got breaking news.
Isn't that something? Which, that's
awesome.
That's what happens when you're the host of.
Who's the host of this?
The wonderful
the host is Brian.
The wonderful host.
Life's Liberty Happenings.
So was that our What's Happening?
Yes, that was part of our What's Happening. Yes, that is Well, we're cutting edge here.
That's it. Leading the way.
We've always said we've had an issue with people getting information.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is, if you didn't see the school board meeting the other night, that's a very thorough update on where we are, where we're going. And, really, if you've been involved in meetings like on council and watching school boards, again, I was impressed the other night because those things can either get chaotic, or they can be sort of ran poorly to the point where you're not getting people heard.
Yeah,
I thought there was some contentious moments with a couple of people, but it was kept to the point where both were able to make their arguments, and I think it was very constructive.
Yeah.
We should be able to listen. What have I always say? If you're not going to listen to the other side, which there is another side to everything, and we've got to be able to start listening and stop, shutting people out. So
she did a good job of making it easy to digest. Because a lot of that stuff, because there are so many mandates, guidelines, everything right now. It's like, oh my God, I don't even know what I can do, what I can't do, and then to have someone put it in an easy to way, that just helps. That's like, okay, thank you.
Yep. Well, that leads us into we get back-to-back guests here.
Look at this.
I feel honored.
There you go. Dianne Erb.
Got any breaking news, Dan?
Yeah.
No, not that I can share.
So I know that if COVID would have hit when I was in high school by these regulations, that would have put a damper on me and my buddies. Cause I know we used to walk our girlfriends to class and then make out with them at the door before they let them go. So obviously now with COVID, you can't do that. I would think.
I have no answer to that.
If you can't even eat your lunch in the cafeteria, I doubt they'd let you make out in school anymore.
That's true. There are a lot of. First of all, let me say this, and this is not. Trust me, I do think that Bedford County is trying to be as open as they can be. Yeah. But here's what I will say, and this is the problem that I have with government, and not against them. So when you look at the studies, and the studies are telling you that kids who aren't in school are failing miserably right now.
Yeah.
So the update to that is we're going to allow more people to not go to school.
Yeah.
That's the route we should be taking. And again, that's not Bedford County. That's at the state level. And it just, I'm just saying, it doesn't make sense, but,
Yeah.
Who knows? So anyway, sorry, Dianne.
That's okay.
So, Dianne, tell me a little bit about yourself so our listeners know who you are, where you're from, and we'll get into the rest of the stuff later. But where originally are you from?
Well, originally, a lot of people around here don't like to hear it, but I was born a Northerner from Rhode Island. And then I was raised most of my life in Virginia Beach. And we moved to Appomattox when I was in the 9th grade, and I ended up graduating in 94 from Appomattox. Okay. So it was a huge difference going from Virginia Beach to there's cows in people's backyards and there's ticks that I had never seen before.
That's true.
You're absolutely
right.
Wow. So after Appomattox, what did you do?
I worked at a greenhouse for many years. Yep. I got married about a year after high school.
Okay.
Actually met my husband, got married, had 2 babies within like 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Put myself through college, and we've just been going ever since. We'll be celebrating 25 years of marriage in February.
Oh, congratulations.
We follow William on Facebook.
No.
Oh, here we go. If you want to listen, it's pretty obvious how this show goes. Woody's the informational guy who brings you all the technology.
And I giggle.
I bring the entertainment. And then there's DW.
Yeah.
Okay?
In the timeout corner.
And that's
He used to sit at this table.
Yeah. Got kicked off the table.
Now he's got a throne, though.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, he got upgraded.
Anyway, how did you end up in Bedford?
Well, it's not a happy happy story. We actually lived in Campbell County at the time, and there was a crime committed against one of my children. So, when something like that happens, you just kind of want to get away, from everything. So the plan was actually to move up north to Pennsylvania. I just picked a state. That's where I wanted to go.
Wow.
But because of court cases and stuff, we had to kind of stay in the area. So my husband came home and said, "Hey, I found a house in Bedford to rent for a year."
Wow.
And I thought, Bedford, what? I said, "I don't know anybody in Bedford." And he goes, "Well, who do you know in Pennsylvania?"
That's true.
So we moved here exactly 10 years ago, December 1st, 10 years ago. And, Christmas in Bedford, we moved to find a house to kind of heal and recover and all of that. And we participated in all the Christmas events here. And, it just became home, and we've been here ever since.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. And I'm the exact same way. It's just, I don't know. It's once you get here, it kind of hooks you, and I can't put my finger on exactly one thing. It's kind of a coalition of, is that a word? Coalition.
You feel like
That's
you're
a good
home.
word.
It is a word, coalition.
Yeah.
Coalition.
There we go.
Yeah,
You feel like you've come home when you get here.
This is the first place that, when people ask me, where's your hometown? I say Bedford because I don't really consider the other places my hometown. I just lived there.
How long were you here before you started to feel the tug of getting into the community?
A couple of years, but that was kind of, my own doing. I homeschooled our kids for a few years just to kind of get us, to the point where I felt like we could, do life again. And actually, the reason I got into community is kind of funny. It was a punishment to my youngest child, and and I know it's like community service for our family. Anytime they got in trouble with school or whatever, I took them to the park, and you're picking up trash, or I made them volunteer for something. So Bedford Main Street was looking for volunteers to help them do the Christmas decorations in town. So I thought, well, all right, this is what you're going to do. It's going to be cold and it's going to be dark, and we're going to do this. And he liked it. He didn't admit it until the next week we were driving by, and he was like, "Look, I put up that, you remember those little Christmas trees they had?" Yeah. And he was excited. So that's kind of how I got into it, and I started volunteering for them, and been hooked ever since.
And so, just so people know, I'm sure, I always assume people know everything, right? So,
yeah.
And then I forget, no, I'm doing the show because they don't.
That's right.
So, where do you currently work at, just so if people who don't know?
I just finished my third year with the Central Virginia Business Coalition.
Right. Okay, good. So, similar to me, mine wasn't a punishment, but I don't know. I was here a couple of years before my first place was Main Street. That's when I started kind of volunteering, and then I don't know. I can't say that it was one thing. It's just you start to feel like, man, there's to being a part of the community is all. Just, and I wasn't like that anywhere else that I lived.
Me either. I think it's just the community.
Yeah.
The people here.
Yeah. Now, sometimes I feel like we don't have enough support. So it's kind of a weird deal. So once you get involved in volunteering and working in the community, you get to meet people that are special people, right? And you feel this sense of duty to kind of fit in and continue right? But at the same time, you feel like, good Lord, there's no support for this. Where is the community at?
Yeah.
So it's kind of a two-edged thing there.
And I think for me, having headed up Centerfest and the Battle of the Bands, we're heading into our third year with that, and the 40th year coming up in 2021 for Centerfest.
Wow.
Tree lighting, carriage rides, all that. I get to work with the town of Bedford. So, Public Works and the police department and the electric company and town council. Great people
formally.
I have to put that. I know, right? But seriously, working with them, it's a good relationship, and you all kind of work together, and little by little, you're pulling in people that aren't normally involved in stuff.
Right.
A lot of fun. I'll say that one of the good things working with Dianne on the many things we work with her is that she always makes it fun.
Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah. Well, because I can remember back past Centerfest, and I'm going back to when Centerfest was 2 days. And you setting everything up for Friday night, Saturday doing all over.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been here when we've had the stage at the farmers market for the band. The stage has been in the middle at the intersection by the clock. It's been behind Wells Fargo, and you're dragging after all those times. But and all those times were good and worked out good. But when Dianne got here and we started working with her, and you can ask some of the people that I work with. We have fun.
Yeah.
We go out to the park to lay out when we're going to do this. I mean, we're joking, kidding, having a good time. And, Dianne will call me on the phone. Hey, are you close by the park? Got to meet the guy out there to show him where to put the porta-johns. I'm not there yet,
Because I always forget.
Yeah. But we have fun and making it fun so it didn't feel like it's a job, and we enjoy it.
Yeah.
And, and when you have meetings, a good part with her that she asks for your ideas and suggestions and say, hey, you're the guys setting this up and doing it. Is it a problem? Can you do this? Or how would you do it? So we work very well together doing all those things, and it's well appreciated too. So
now, here's what I'll tell you. If it's not criticism, it's advice that I hope can help you in the future. Only because I grew to be like that, and that's probably why I didn't get reelected.
Get thicker skin.
Yeah, look, I know how you feel. You put your heart and soul into something, not wanting anything in return, but when you get negativity, like I'm okay with people criticizing. I'm okay with that because unlike a lot of people, I look at it as a chance for me to grow. So, but at the same time, when you're doing things and you literally are putting your heart and soul into it, and then people respond with stupidity, that's where it just used to drive me crazy. Yeah. And then I got to the point where I was like, you know what? Why I'm doing this? I'm taking time out of my schedule to give, and I don't do it halfway, and you don't do it halfway, and you literally do. You put everything you can into it, and then somebody makes a stupid comment or says something that is just, for instance, you do everything for that Christmas parade, and then someone wants to ask if you're going to reimburse them fuel costs. I mean, like, what are we doing here?
I know.
But my only advice to you would be, because I know you, I called you. Like, we went through the parade, and as we're entering the top parking lot, I told my wife, I said, I got to call Dianne because I could see it on your face.
I can't hide anything with this face.
No, I mean, I drove by and I felt so bad because I said, man, it's late. She's been here all day, and I know somebody has said something. Yeah. And so when I called you, you were just like, man, I'm trying to be nice. It's just some people are complaining, and I'm like, Dianne, you got to let it go.
I know.
There are 2,000 cars go through there and more. Out of those, you probably had 5 that literally were upset. Yeah. And you just have to put it in perspective. You know what? There's always going to be that.
Yeah. I was going back through an email I had sent one of the participants a couple of days before because they were bringing candy for us to give out, and they wanted to make sure they had enough. So he said, how many cars do you think? And I said, probably about 200 at the most. I didn't know it would be 200 in the first 15 minutes. Like, I had no idea. Yeah. And I kept running up to DW, and I was like, what do we do? I don't know. Do we shut it off?
Shut the gates. That was one suggestion that come up, was like, let's shut the gate. I was like,
then where did they go? Yeah.
Then you would have heard complaints about that, though.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
No, I think it was perfect. It was. Yeah. And so much so, I was watching, and let me just tell you, I would say it's been 5 years since I've seen local news. I mean, I just don't. I don't know. I just don't. I don't watch local news. Not that I don't want to. I don't know. I just usually, by the time I get home and I'm doing something else, there's so many other options. But when I'm at the river, which is where I went this weekend, it always gets put on local news by the old timers.
Did you go hunting?
In Highland County, Virginia.
Awesome.
Yes. And so the old timers put on local news, and I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
So I noticed that Christiansburg had a parade, and they had them parked, and people were saying, oh, what a lovely idea. And I'm just sitting here going, wait a minute.
Hold up. Been there, done that?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So we had kind of talked about it on the show a couple weeks ago, or maybe even a week ago. I can't remember. But of what a success it was. We don't want that to be the permanent home.
No.
We want the regular Christmas parade back. However, I do think we can do something out at Liberty Lake Park, and I'm not going to get involved because I think you guys...
Come on now.
No, because I think you guys are perfect for it. I mean, it's perfect.
I think it would be good. I used to go to this place called Christmas Village, and it was, out in the country. It was actually in Pennsylvania. And you would pop over the hill, and it was, the whole hillside was lit up. I mean, you could actually get out and walk through it, but I think driving through something like that set up for like 2 weeks would be perfect.
Right. It just hit me.
There you go.
Okay.
Are
maybe I will get involved.
Breaking news right again.
No, maybe I will get involved because, listen, on one of the podcasts, I'm going to have my wife and two neighbors' wives on the show. They have a nickname called the BAB, the Bedford Avenue Women.
I was wondering where that was going. I was like,
that doesn't
what is that
nickname? Yeah. So we'll have them on the show. But one of the things we talked about years ago was starting a competition between neighborhoods on floats for Christmas. So you mentioned the village, and I thought, this, instead of doing a float in the Christmas parade, we should do a spot at at Liberty Lake Park and turn this into a competition. Say something, DW. When he gets silent, I know this is not going to end well for me.
We're doing it. What dates can we write down?
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, just rent them a little spot and let within reason, they can't be, vulgar or anything like that. But and then let people vote on it.
Yeah, and that would introduce a little bit some involvement from the community, something to get behind, and then like you really are the Christmas capital. Like your people are coming, and you've got different options. You still got the Elks Home if everybody helps out, chips in on that. You've got down to Centertown, Liberty Lake, and then D-Day. Like you've got all these options.
Liberty Lake Christmas Village.
Yeah. Let's do it.
It's trademark. I'll buy the domain.
Let's do it 2 weeks before the Christmas parade, and the losers have to volunteer and work the parade. With Dianne.
Yes.
Well, that's going to be a lot of
I don't know.
losers.
They might be salty, so.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What do you think of that?
I think it's a great idea.
I keep turning to look at DW.
What'd you call it? The Liberty, what? The Liberty Christmas?
Liberty Lake Christmas Village.
Liberty Lake Christmas Village. Okay.
Yeah. And let people, like you can have Bedford Avenue versus Westview. Good Lord. Longwood. Yeah. South Street. I mean, you can bring everybody in.
How about this? Do it one weekend for neighborhoods. The next weekend, businesses.
Okay. I mean,
so you could have all just local businesses set up doing stuff. Like you can have Witt Mechanical have a spot.
Yep. No, I think it's great.
I like it.
Now, listen, what we can't do is take away from the Christmas parade, though. Everybody's got to be involved.
So the winners for each weekend get a free entry into the parade.
We can do that.
Oh.
Absolutely. I know Heather Alto is listening, so
Heather,
put that on your calendar.
Oh, I think we're on to something here. So good.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I got off on a little tangent there.
But you have to volunteer and help do this since it's your idea. You've got to help Dianne with this because
it's hosted by Brian.
Because she already gets volunteered for enough stuff. You'd be surprised how many times Dianne gets a call and goes, "Hey, you're doing this next weekend."
Yeah.
He's the master of ceremonies.
Yeah. Liberty Lake Christmas Village, hosted by Brian Sly.
Yeah. You can have live Christmas-like commentary. Yeah. We can do it on a trailer. We can do the podcast on a trailer. Yeah. That'd be great.
Well, we'll definitely have you back on in the future because we got a lot of things that we want to talk about. So I always end the segment with, if you could choose a person to hang out with, it's all expense paid, who is the person, where are you going?
A no-brainer would be Jay Shetty. Look at your face.
Does William know who
do
this
I
Jay
know
is?
No,
Jay?
he is a fantastic motivational speaker. He does podcasts. He is
Has he heard our show?
amazing. Maybe. No. I tried to book him for an event, but he was like
I'm sure.
well over 6 figures.
And if I know what you're talking about. I mean, if you, I saw a guy one time that was a motivational speaker, and I'm gonna tell you what, they are good, the good ones, but they're
they
rare.
let you know how you're doing life wrong in a nice way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, that's good.
I would just go to sit in the woods, go to a park, drink some coffee, tell me what I'm doing wrong and what I need to do to fix it. That's all I need.
Jay Shetty.
Jay
6
Shetty.
figures.
Look
Man.
him up. I'm telling you, he's fantastic.
probably
He
tell
used
you
to
how
be a
to-
monk.
He'd probably tell you how to fix the line going into the parade.
Probably. He'd be all over that.
He used to be a monk.
He
He's
did.
a
Yes,
monk?
I'm
Wow.
telling you.
How do you switch out of that?
Yeah, how do you just stop?
I
Like,
don't
I'm not
know.
gonna do a monk
I hear
anymore.
monks, they just like put all their clothes in one drawer and just pull them out and you just, everybody dresses
Here we
the
go.
same.
Here we go. I swear.
Just go at it.
Where's the mute?
Dianne, was you at the Centerfest the time the two vendors got into it that sold the same product? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I remember other altercations.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
not
I
that
just couldn't remember. I have a picture of it. It was
Oh, was it something like edible?
Yes.
Like yes, I do remember
there
that.
There was two people signed up, and I don't want to get into too much detail.
Right.
Might be listening. They might be our 55th listener.
Drawers to edibles.
It's an edible argument fights.
But it was two vendors that was selling the same product, so they was told, all right, you get this side of the street, and you get this end of the street, and somehow or another, one of them walked down there and they got into a fist fight right at the clock,
Oh man.
Yeah.
and one of them got arrested.
For those of you who don't know, our studios are located right below the train tracks.
Who put a recording studio next to the train
Actually, I
tracks?
think
Who-
it's the ambiance,
Genius idea.
It is a genius idea.
Yeah.
So much so, I guarantee you other studios are going to want to move.
They're going
down
to follow suit. Bedford is leading the way in
They're
every way.
Always leading the way. Well, Dianne, I do want to thank you for coming on to the show. Please keep us open in the future to come back.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Oh, appreciate it. Our business highlight of the day. I'm going to skip you, DW, and
Okay.
come back.
All right.
I'll come back to it. For some reason, I skipped you, and then I realized, well, we'll go to DW here. Nobody knows. Give us your.
Well, first of all,
Nobody knows.
nobody knows how much I appreciate you and look up to you, Brian. Well, I'll just say that. So, but on another note, with the threat of winter weather this week coming up as we speak, checking the weather constantly. One of the things that people probably didn't know that on an average winter in Bedford, we use about 150 tons of salt chemicals to treat the roads.
It sounds like the railroad's bringing by some salt.
I mean, how long is that train?
Dropping off some, yeah. So I thought that'd be an interesting fact with winter weather coming up this week to know that a lot of thought and planning goes into that stuff and how much we use in a average winter.
Now, I will say this. My employees and I get in an argument oftentimes because similar to DW, but not as stringent, I have to kind of keep track of the weather because when it's raining or snowing, we kind of, steer into a different direction with the company. But, and he has to do the same thing, obviously, for snow and stuff. So DW is probably the most accurate weather predictor. So, this week we're scheduled to have a winter event on Wednesday. DW, what is the percentage of snow we will get, and approximately how many inches?
And you put me on the spot here. Woody, we can edit this later this week where I can just cut this
Yes,
part
I
out,
will.
and I can insert the
just
correct
send me a
answer.
couple of different
We're
numbers,
getting
and
this
we'll take
episode
care of it.
out early this week.
Yeah, I'll record 3 different answers right here. But I would say that it's 100% chance of wintry weather coming up for Wednesday. it will start off as ice, and then this is the biggest concern I have this week is more with the ice than the snow. We could see up to a half an inch of ice, which is not good. That's going to be the problem. And then it will transition to snow. And I think around here you'll probably see in the town probably an average of a couple inches as you get closer up towards the mountains, 3 to 4 inches. But I think here in town will be a couple inches of snow, 100% chance, but the ice is going to be the big problem.
Breaking news. Breaking weather alert from DW.
And always remember, too, because some of the things that we get calls from people, and they'll say, your salt spreader just went by and he ain't putting down nothing. Well, a couple things to remember. That truck is not only a spreader, it's a plow on the front. So you really, I mean, with ice is different. We will, if we start off with ice, we will start putting down chemicals right away. But if you're just getting a snowstorm, you plow first, and then when you get down to the pavement, then you come back and put your chemicals down, because what a waste of materials to come down and throw salt down and then make your, because everybody has a route they do for the snow. Put down salt and then come right back and plow it right back out the way to the side of the road. I mean,
it's a waste of taxpayer money.
Yeah, you don't do that. So you plow until it stops snowing and you get your roads down. Then you put down the chemicals.
Right.
And Brian has rode with us before when we did snow removal.
Yes.
And, a fun night for sure.
What I remember, it was fun, but at the same time, you could tell how nerve-wracking it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you get off the street just a little, and I think people don't understand that when the streets are covered, it's hard to tell where the lines are.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's no...
Yeah.
So you have to have memory of where all this stuff is, including curbs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let me just tell you right now, if you hit a curb with a plow, it jars your teeth.
Yeah.
And so I think DW does a good job. He keeps a lot of his drivers on the same routes.
Yep. Be familiar.
So they're familiar with it.
That's a good idea.
But I'm telling you, it is so simple to be driving.
Hit a manhole.
And I mean, it does. It literally hurts. And so if you get off just a little bit off the shoulder, I mean, you can get stuck even in a snowplow. I mean, it's that simple.
It's crazy.
So,
it's hard.
And we've had people before get on Facebook and, give us a hard time about, how hard is you just plowing snow? But let me tell you that it's a lot to plowing snow, like all the things you said about knowing your surroundings, where you're at. Speed is a thing. You don't want to go too fast because then you throw snow and hit mailboxes and stuff. And that's not what we try to do. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, because I do have to get on some people sometimes because they get to going good and don't realize they're throwing a big rooster tail of snow out. But speed is a factor, and just the least little bit, you get off the road and you're in the ditch yourself.
yes.
Trying to get out, and then you making a heck of a mess.
I will say this. I was probably guilty of it more than anybody. When they tell you stay off the roads unless you're going to work or whatever, or, and have to, there's a lot of truth to that, because you have to have a lot of patience, because when you're snow plowing, obviously if there's no one on the street, it makes it a whole heck of a lot easier. But if there's people pulling in and out, and you have to constantly stop. And it makes it so much more difficult. Or
the people that, and I know what they're doing sometimes, but the people that decide to park their car at the top of the hill, but they park in the road.
Oh, yes.
Now you make it difficult to plow around. Because the other thing is, you've got if you're driving a dump truck and you're loaded with 6 tons of salt, and you hit a patch of ice, it's going to slide just like anything else. So you're putting obstacles in the way, it chances of hitting something or.
This is one for you. How about not taking your snow blower? First of all, who lives in Bedford and has a snow blower? But that probably, if that person's listening to the show, they now know I'm talking about them.
We'll get feedback on that comment.
But here's an idea.
I remember this. Yeah.
Don't turn the snow blower and blow everything back out in the street that we just came through and snow plowed. How about not doing that?
You're right.
Because that actually happened. And even I was like, wait a minute, what is he doing? And DW's like, yep, we get this a lot.
Yeah, because a lot of times on the street, if people are assigned to a neighborhood, so if you can picture this, and the street that Brian and I was on, it goes in a circle. So you make
just narrowing it down. Here we go.
Are you scared?
Why don't you just give the address? But go ahead.
Well, he might call in. So
it's good.
But you make one pass around one side of the street, and then you turn around and go and catch the other side of the street. So we had made the one pass, and I'm sure this guy thought, well, they already come through. He's not coming back. And lo and behold, here we come around the curve, and he's right there just throwing it all right back where we just plowed. So
yeah. So anyway, thank you, DW, for Nobody Knows.
Yeah.
Business highlight for this week is Acute Design, located at 580 Grove Street.
Oh, neighbors.
Yeah, and if you don't know Jeremy, you should. But he does a phenomenal job with shirts, hats, anything you need.
Big supporter of the schools.
Yes.
All the schools,
massive.
not just Liberty.
Yes, he does.
All the Bedford schools.
He's always been involved in the community. Matter of fact, Jeremy and I joined Main Street at the same time. So anything you can do, they're still taking orders. They do a lot over the phone, online, I think. And so it's a great place to get all of your T-shirts. What is the right word for that?
Screen printing, embroidery.
Yeah, I mean merchandise.
Merch.
Yeah, it's a great. Anyway, customized apparel. There Matter of fact, I think that is their name.
That's probably on the sign. I can look out the window and look at his sign real quick.
Maybe instead of giving out $50, if you continue this thing, you can start giving out some podcast logo stuff. I'm
gonna
there
tell
we
you.
go.
Here's what
there
I'm doing.
We go.
No, here was this. DW, let the secret out. So this segment, I am going to do a trivia question and give away $50 cash to the first person who answers it, either on the website or Facebook.
First person.
First person, and Woody's the person that will be. What, you don't have the answer. You better not. I haven't even given you the question. You gave her the question.
I started to Google it myself earlier.
Well,
but
you
I
shouldn't
did
be
not.
able to find it on Google because
You can find anything on Google.
Yeah, but you have to know certain details in order to find it on Google.
You got to know the finer details, the location, person.
Yeah, you kind of have to know the location
the
before
state,
you can find it
everything.
on Google. Anyway, I am. We'll just see.
But
anyway, I'm giving away.
She's not eligible anyway. She's the official photographer. So
That's right.
That's right. Oh, so people on the podcast can't win. Is that what I'm hearing? DW? Okay.
Now this is my cash, but what I'm telling you is, in the future, I'm looking for a sponsor to sponsor this segment.
Yes.
So that we can give away that sponsorship.
Does your wife know you're giving away money at Christmas time?
She does now.
Wow.
So, she doesn't listen to the show. So it's okay. It's all right. But I'm sure if Reagan accidentally listens, I will be in trouble. All right, so here is the $50 trivia question. There was once a police chief who served many years before it was discovered that he was an escaped convict who was convicted of murder. What is the police chief's name, and what city did the police chief work in? So that is the trivia question.
That's the trivia question.
So you got to get.
And I always thought
the reason I thought
Todd Foreman was a nice guy.
No. So the reason I said,
did you know?
Because if you just Google, police officer, I tried that today and it doesn't come up. So you had to know the location.
No
location, name. What are the rules here? Like what like when somebody sends me a message?
Yeah, don't tell him what you put in. Just show him.
Yeah. We're conferring with.
All right, well, I will see. Well,
all right. So what is your criteria though? So what information do they need to send us to know that the name of the police chief?
Yep.
Where he was the police chief? Like what city?
Yes.
Okay. Those are two.
You have to have both.
You have to have both.
Yes.
Two things. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
first person to let me know.
Again, people have to listen to the podcast to even know the question.
That's
So, and then
right.
they're going to actually have to physically type in something.
Yep, that's right.
And so the first person who sends it to you, the correct answer,
Yep.
wins.
Wow.
Wins.
And we'll announce that on next week's show.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that listen, but they listen later on. Not
You gotta listen quick.
So
It'd
that's
be
right.
quick. You want that $50 for Christmas.
And you're doing something. You get $50 out of Brian Sly, our host.
You better frame that $50.
Yeah, I'm
I'd
pretty
hold
tight,
on
yeah.
to that. Like,
But I do believe that it'll increase their
yeah,
people.
that's right.
Yeah,
We'll pay the listeners off.
You know,
We'll
something
pay
else,
them to listen to us.
something else you give people a big inspiration for listening.
What?
Dianne has made it to the guest on the show, and she was the first Cool Club member.
That is true.
Oh, that's right.
And
I
she told
am.
me,
You were
she
the
said,
inaugural.
You put my name on there and everything.
I know.
Yes.
I'm not sending any more feedback with my name attached. Dianne Erb said.
Well, no, it's we have to have, because without it, it's just us talking here. And I know it's entertaining, and I know it's
Nobody's listening. Anyway.
riveting. Well, I wonder if we could guess who would get this right first. We have our
I could probably give you 3 people that won't.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I'm not going to say, but.
Well, anyway,
That's a
I'm
good
interested.
question, though. And if you do search it and find out this, it is a riveting story. The rest of it,
Yeah,
like
you
what
gotta
you were
finish
telling me,
reading
like
it, yeah.
you got like why it has not been made into a movie blows my mind.
Yes,
like
'cause
what you
not-
told me was like insane. The whole thing, the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
everything about the story.
like not only
Yeah.
was he a convicted murderer, but he murdered while he was the police
He was
chief.
a police chief. That's right.
I'm
It's
telling-
crazy.
I
He's
need
right.
details when this is off.
He's exactly right.
Oh, it is-
When you start to read it, you're like, oh, well, I could see that possibly happening, and then you start to get no,
Nope.
no, and yeah,
It's
and
a Netflix show.
it
It's like
wasn't-
waiting to be picked up. Like
yeah, he didn't serve like a month or two. He served for his first full term and was running for re-election when it just somebody happened to run into him.
oh
that
wait,
yeah.
you're that guy.
Hey, are you such and such?
You still killing people? Oh, you are? Wait a minute.
So, I mean, you don't even have to get both of his names correct, just one.
Just
he has
one.
two.
Just and the city.
Yes.
And I was not surprised by that.
Hey, do we make it difficult and say that you have to give his real name and not his murderous
He talked to you.
chief name? No,
Yeah.
just a name.
Just as
and-
there.
yeah.
You get extra credit if you give us
But
more
here's
information.
here's the stupid part of this. I'm so ridiculous that I find out these things and just because I don't know. It's like I get bored and like my wife makes fun of me because when I go to restaurants, I look at the back of everything to see where it's made.
Yeah.
Like I can't. It's fascinating to me. Like if sweet and low pack, where does it come from? You know, who made it? Where's it shipped out of? You know, ketchup. Oh, that's
How did
Heinz.
you get down this rabbit hole though? Like, what even got you to Google this?
That may give out.
Okay, we'll wait till after we announce the winner.
Yeah, because literally being bored, I Google a lot of things sometimes. And, I'll put this out there. I usually, if I'm traveling long distance and I'm not driving, again, this is going to give you a little bit of detail you may not want to know about me. That I'm a pretty boring person. But we're heading down the highway. A lot of times, if I'm riding, I just literally Google the town that we're traveling through.
Yeah.
And I look down the Wikipedia and I look at notable people.
Yeah.
And nobody's ever done this.
I have.
It's fun.
Maybe you should have Googled how to win an election.
Oh, holy cow. I tell you, you're right. You're right.
But I still love you, man.
No, and that's, but anyway, that is how
That's how you.
I look at notable people and it's like, oh, that person's from this town.
Man, when
Or-
this story is
And so that's what happened. I was Googling and I looked through notable people and I saw it and I clicked on it and it was like, wait a minute.
Wait, hold
This
up.
dude was a murderer.
Yeah.
It would be one thing if the person was a convicted arson
Yeah.
or, whatever, a
Yeah.
thief or something like
No,
that. No, murder.
Murder. And then didn't stop.
Oh, it's like I was telling you the story of how he ended up getting out of prison.
It's a show. It's a movie. Like I thought he was making it up.
He
at
didn't
first.
break out of prison. No. People broke into prison not to let him out, but his cellmate out, and he got out in the process.
Sounds like he's pretty smart.
Yes. So, anyway, that's our show. God, today was a great show.
It was great.
Yeah.
Well, breaking news. We had a wonderful host.
Yep.
Interesting trivia, and a live phone call.
Is the breaking news that we have a wonderful host, Brian Sly, or what? Is that the breaking news? Or
I think it's great.
I think it's wonderful.
We did the technology where we got a phone, so now we know we can just call people. So you know what?
And we figured out the whole parade thing. Brian's come up with a solution for next year's 40 parades.
He added more work to my my list.
You have 6 parades to plan now.
So,
Maybe
a competition.
Maybe your neighborhood float can be the reenactment of this trivia.
That's a great idea, actually.
it's a good idea. No, I would
We'll sponsor that.
Although I've seen pictures of your neighbor from the Christmas vacation.
Oh yeah,
that he looks perfect in that too.
Oh,
and you've got the RV to do it now.
I do.
Your neighbor though could do like an 80s music light show.
Well,
that would be right.
Here's the big problem with everything you guys have just said.
Yeah.
You act like me or my neighbor have a decision in any of that process.
So we got to get the BIBs.
It's exactly
the
who's
committee.
going
We got to go
decide.
to the committee for it, DW.
Yeah.
Right. Which means now here's where they will fail. They will leave it up to me, Bart, and Mike to actually put together, and that's where they will fail miserably.
That's where it stops.
Mike will do it. My neighbor Mike, he's a worker bee. I mean, he will make sure something gets done. So I'll tell a real quick story, and we'll wrap up today. So I told you before about the grass cutting. Mike was always the first. So you'd be laying there relaxing on a Saturday, and you're like, oh God, if he's cutting, I've got to be cutting. So Bart and I had a tree it was kind of on the property line, but it was dead, and it was sort of angling towards the power line.
Yeah.
So it was like one of those things where we got to get this cut down. Yeah. So Bart says, you think Mike could cut this down? And I said, well, I think you might be onto something. And he said, it might be a little bit. And I said, no, that's exactly how you get Mike to take it down. You tell Mike he can't do it. And it's done. So I call Mike up and I'm like, hey, Bart and I want to have this tree removed, and I'm just going to have a tree guy take it down because I'm not sure you can handle something like that. So, Bart said to ask you, and I know it's probably not worth asking, but because I really do think it's a little more than you can chew. It wasn't 15 minutes later. Mike is staring at that tree. The funny part was he calls me and goes, yeah, I don't think I can take it down. You probably need to call somebody. So it backfired on me. But I thought for sure I had that tree taken out, but no.
Now you know, Mike. Now you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Is the tree still up?
No.
You got it down.
We paid to have it taken down. Which I told Bart I was pretty sure that the electric department should have had to cut it down, but I was told nope. So
nope.
So anybody who thinks that council members or the town manager gets favors, the truth to that is, we paid to have the tree taken down. As split it right down the middle. I paid half, he paid half. So now you know. You could do a segment on that. Nobody knows. Nobody knows how Brian's tree got taken down. How about that? Anyway, Woody, you're off on vacation, heading out?
Yes. It's actually it was going to be a low-key trip, but my mother, we're big Disney people, right? My wife and I, we love Disney World. We've gone a couple times this year. It's been a great time to go because the crowds are small and everybody's safe, mask, all that stuff. Well, my mom, my wife and I went for a honeymoon. We've gone a couple times, right? Well, then I was talking to my mom one day, and she was like sharing her, we were just talking about Disney, right? And she shared her most favorite Disney moment. And it was that she went to the theater and saw Cinderella when it came out, the original cartoon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to think, I was like, my mom's never been to Disney World. Like, she's never actually seen the castle.
Right.
And then so I'm taking her to Disney World this week.
Awesome.
So I'm taking she's 65 and she's never been. So
do you have Disney tips? Don't answer.
Oh,
Wait till
man,
you
that's
come
a
back,
whole
'cause
episode.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
No, I don't think people understand. It
Dude,
is a whole episode.
Dude, it is like we have it down to an art now. Like
That's
we've been I can't
I want the because I've been twice.
Yeah.
And every time I go, we better ourselves with tips and it'll. Have you been?
No.
Diane?
Oh
No.
my gosh, I can't even do it. Oh, we
Let me just tell you. Forget about kids. It is worth. Adults.
Oh, I wasn't going to take them anywhere.
No, don't take them. Don't take them.
Well,
you don't want them dragging you down.
Right.
No, it's
hey, leave William.
Got stuff to do.
I'm saying.
I'm
the
telling
less
you,
people you take, the better it is.
It is. I enjoyed it with the kids.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I could see where it would be. My mom keeps asking me to take my daughter on a Disney cruise. I've never. You've done that?
No, that is next. We were oddly enough we were going to do it this year, but
see,
then they stopped and they canceled all.
Yeah.
They're not even taken out yet. So
maybe you can pay these people in that Disney bucks.
do what? Hey, that's right.
Don't they have the Disney money down there?
Trivia?
Right? Yeah,
they can get.
Have you been? Y'all have DW?
I've been.
For? I know you don't have a microphone, but you can. I mean, I asked you a question.
He could take me there.
Yes, it now. Honestly, there was a special.
Disney should be paying us for this.
Oh my gosh, Disney had a special where if you were in like Virginia, Kentucky, Georgia, whatever, rooms were anywhere from 30 to 40 to 45% off.
Wow.
So we booked like trip after trip this year, and we went the week before Thanksgiving, and it was our best trip to date. Like, it was just an amazing experience all the way around.
Here's what I've always told people, and you will know because you've been there. Why, if you're VDOT or anybody like that's in transportation,
Yep.
it should be a prerequisite,
Yeah.
if that's a word. It is, but it's hard for me to say prerequisite, that you train. Like, if you're going to work at VDOT, you should have to train at Disney for at least 3 months.
Exactly.
They can move thousands around efficiently.
Wow.
I'm telling you,
really
they got it down perfect.
I mean, in every way, you sit back and you look, and
they never stop trying to perfect it.
No, like they've got buses, they've got a Skyliner, a train, everything, and then they are so like
they have their home underground trash system.
Oh my gosh, they got it's amazing.
I'm telling you, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
And like lines, right? It's all like now you can do stuff on your phone. Like
this year they with COVID, like you order everything on the app, and it's literally waiting for you on a table. So like you pay on the app, you order, you say I'm going to be by in 5 minutes. Your food's waiting in a box, packaged up, and then you go. And then with the rides, everybody's socially distanced. I prefer it anyway because, crowds kind of freak me out even pre-COVID. It's just like, everybody's elbow to elbow. This is fantastic. Like, everybody is 6 feet apart from you. Nobody's really talking to you. It is, for adults going to Disney World, if you're going to go, now is the time because it's like, it is like,
I'm telling you, it's neat.
So,
and to see them move, like if you go now, it's not like it when it's packed.
When it's full.
To see them move a mass amount of people because like the apps where you go on and you can see where the lines are and how long the lines are, but more so than that, they have what is it called where you skip?
Fast pass.
Yeah. So if you say, no, I really want to ride that, you can choose the fast pass. You pay extra for it, but you can skip right past the line.
You feel like a VIP too, because like everybody else is
you wave to everybody.
Yeah, you're like, I'll see you in 20 minutes.
Right.
But it really. So she's never been. So this week.
So meanwhile, my kids are looking at me going, God, he's so tight with his money. Why are we in the long line, Daddy?
Man, right now's the time to go though. I'm telling you, you can get a good deal. And I'm not a Disney travel agent, but I'm just telling you, like it is.
Well, we need to write that down for a future podcast of Disney because everybody from Bedford should go to Disney. It's an amazing
because like
experience.
Walt, even when you were on Main Street at the Magic Kingdom, like Walt Disney himself was a huge fan of like the 1950s small town, right? Like that was his thing. Like Main Street When
Yep.
you look in the castle, you look, and it really reminds you of Bedford. It really does. Like
Beautiful.
you look at the castle, you see the buildings and just the I don't know, the ambiance of it. It's just like, man, Bedford has that same type of little charm
Yeah.
to it. So, yes.
Well, we've got a
Absolutely.
lady in our business coalition who actually books trips for Disney.
Oh, get her
Yes.
on.
Kristen Breedlove. She
Disney.
would be
Okay.
excellent.
Disney episode.
We'll put that. I'll get my our new intern.
Our new intern starts next week.
Okay, yeah, we'll get her
Yes.
moving on that.
Yes, absolutely.
So
I love that.
great show. See you next week.